Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 218 pounds, he is the Showa, Dolph Zigger. And this, of course, is a rematch of last year's Immortality. Last year, these two men would go one-on-one after Dolph Zigger made the challenge and Ziggler would come out on top. This year, the shoe's on the other foot as the challenge was made to Ziggler and Ziggler accepted the fight. His opponent from Miami, Florida, weighing 265 pounds, The Rock. Dwayne returned to the CWR a couple of weeks ago, in fact, and laid the challenge out to Ziggler. He didn't want to live with knowing that Ziggler had been beat. He didn't want to live with the idea that he could win this match. So Dwayne Johnson returned, put on the trunks, started referring to himself once again as the People's Champion, and here he is in CWR, ready for that fight. Can he avenge last year's loss, or will it be 0-2 for the great one at at Immortality, in fact? Championship Wrestling Revolution. Immortality, the biggest stage of the year. And you know that for a fact when the Great One steps into that ring. This is going to be off the charts, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I am so off my game. Dolph Ziggler does not want to have that win avenged. He does not want a blemish on his record from last year. The Rock is doing everything in his power to abolish his record previous year. Rock and Dolph were ready to go. One-on-one, the bell has rung. And straight away we lock up in the middle of the ring. Now the Rock is going to have the size and strength advantage. Ziggler obviously much quicker and much more technical within the ring. That's the kind of thing I was just referring to. That drop kick there, executed to perfection. The Rock swings it around though, neck breaker. His offense may not always be the prettiest, but it is effective. And the Great One is feeling it right now, but look at Dolph Ziggler, just leaps up there, hits the big clothesline, takes down the Rock. Double leg sweep. No. Oh, double leg takedown. That was it. Sorry. The Rock posing for the fans, just like The Rock does. And look at that leaping clothesline there, leaping lariat from the Great One. Dolph Ziggler has to be careful about that level of explosive offense. There's a big knee from The Rock. Again, not necessarily the prettiest move, but it gets the job done. Rock. Standard suplex. Impactful. Gonna go for some kind of a power slam there. Dolph wasn't having any of it, and a big clubbing clothesline to the back of the head. And now Dolph Ziggler has this thing exactly where he wants it. Now wrenching on the neck, and this is Dolph Ziggler, the show-off. With that lock in, with that sleeper in. Goes for the headstand just to show he can. Two of the biggest showboaters in the history of professional wrestling going one-on-one for the second time ever. And of course, you've got to think Dolph Ziggler last year, he called out The Rock as a way to prove that he was worthy of being the top guy in the company. And he translated that win into a World Heavyweight Championship run as he defeated Kevin Owens at the following pay-per-view in Exodus last year. If Dolph can pull off the same again, I mean, we already know Dolph is a big-time player now. He is a world champion level main event player. But a big win over The Rock will always put you in attention for having another shot at the top. It's just that simple. Right hand. And Dwayne gonna go for the strikes, but no. Dolph sees it coming. The Rock is definitely gonna have the edge when it comes to brawling. Ziggler needs to keep it fast-paced, and he needs to keep the moves varied and flying. The Rock with a big takedown there. That is how easily the power game of The Rock can be turned around. As Dolph Ziggler hits that jawbreaker, and now Ziggler over the top. DDT! He's got so many moves in the arsenal as Dolph Ziggler. He needs to use them all to defeat the Great One. Ziggler avoids harm there, but runs straight back into it, and this time The Rock. Rock knows what to expect this time. He kind of knows what Dolph is all about. It's been a year, yes, and Dolph Ziggler has certainly grown as a man since then, and grown as a performer. Look at that big clothesline. The Rock still knows what to expect this time. And now look at that. Talk about his fair play. The Rock, big right. There's a dragon screw there from the Great One. And going to finish the strikes he started earlier. Dolph Ziggler knocked to the ground. Like I said, his offense may not be pretty, but it gets the job done, and that's the fundamental thing here. That's what you need. Another straight right there from The Rock. Dolph count tap. A little bit too cocky there, Dolph Ziggler. What? I mean, Rock's not technically outside of the ring. He's on the apron. Just a stare down here. The Great One pacing. Steps back into the ring and right into the clutch of Dolph Ziggler. No, The Rock was quicker on the exchange. And now going to go for the brawling strikes. Look at those right hands in the corner. Absolutely staggers Ziggler. Ziggler falls to the floor. Just pulls him out, does The Rock. Another right. Is that a Rocky sucks chant from the crowd? That I didn't expect. I guess when they're rocking The Rock, he's not everybody. Ziggler with a jawbreaker variation of his own there. Slightly more unique, but it gets the job done. Rock is down, and Ziggler, for some reason, feels he has time to foul. Big flying lariat once again from The Rock, explosive as ever. And now the Great One. There's the spine buster. And Ziggler sees something coming, whatever it was. He wasn't going to let it happen. Neckbreaker from Dolph. Now Ziggler elbows, and this has got to feel all so familiar for the Great One. These elbows, many people believe, are what did the damage or what put him away last year. There's the 9th, and you know he's going to spin that little bit of extra oomph. Going to go for the cover now. There's 1, 2, 3. No, The Rock gets the shoulder up. Those elbows are devastating, man, and Dwayne nearly let it happen. But Ziggler's not going to mess around any longer. He wants to put this one away. Zigzag, no! He goes to spin The Rock around. The Rock blocks it and now strikes out with his own right. Ziggler, though, jawbreaker counter. An elbow right to the side of the jaw. Obviously, Rock has the height advantage. But he smacks someone in the jaw. It doesn't matter. Look at that, though, that forearm. crowd very much a Let's Go Ziggler chant running through the arena. Elbow from The Rock. Not the people's elbow, but all the same. I can't hear the chant, I really can't. Rock bottom! So much impact in that one as well. We've got a cover here from The Rock. There's 1, 2, 3. No! Dolph pops the shoulder up at 2 7/8. The Rock is going to go back to work on the show off right now then. Rock under again, and once again, big club sends Dolph down. The Rock has got this thing under control at the moment. Into the corner goes Ziggler, struggling to get out. Ziggler into the corner, and once again, a big clothesline there from the big man. Ziggler now going to fight back. Ziggler, neck breaker. Here's the cover. There's 1, 2, 3. No, The Rock gets the shoulder up. Dolph thought he'd stolen that one then. There goes Ziggler, double axe handle. Ziggler once again into that sleeper choke, and once again showing off for the thousands upon thousands sat here in San Francisco today. Ziggler goes for something. The Rock, whatever it was, puts a stop to it, but look at that spine buster from Ziggler to come back. We've got another cover here from the show off. There's 1, 2. Once again, The Rock is barely getting the shoulder up, but he is getting it up every time. An elbow drop there from Dolph. And after the leg, maybe that's just a little bit of extra damage. I doubt Ziggler is going to change the game plan this early on. He seems to be willing to try and stump The Rock, try and stall The Rock. And now look at the crowd. Spine buster, the crowd chanting, "You still got it." After giving him so much flack early on. And The Rock looks like he's going to end this thing right now. The elbow pad is off. The Rock is running the ropes. Then the Ziggler gets the people's elbow. The most electrifying move in all of entertainment. Into the cover goes The Rock. There's 1, 2, 3. No! The referee's hand did slap the canvas for the 3, but Ziggler's shoulder was up, and the referee is telling The Rock that. Rock can't believe it, but such is the way. Into the corner goes Ziggler. What's The Rock got planned here? It ain't going to be pretty, I tell you that much. Rocky moves the legs either side. Rocky gonna go for the superplex. Up he goes. That's a long way down. There it is, superplex. Ziggler is down and Rock is not done yet. If you smell the most electrifying move in all of entertainment. The people's elbow connects for the second time. 1, 2, 3.
What The Rock is cooking.
The Rock has done it. The Rock has avenged his loss last year, and Ziggler is not going to be pleased. See, there were some moments where it really looked like Ziggler was going to steal it. Those elbows, there was a few times when The Rock was less than half a second away from having his shoulders pinned to the canvas. But when it mattered, when all was said and done, the rock bottom connected. That was not enough to put away Ziggler. Ziggler still had more. The referee in perfect position there. 1, 2. And look how close this was. Ziggler just about popping the shoulder up. The people's elbow though. That was in fact the second people's elbow. The first one wasn't enough, so The Rock picked up Ziggler, dropped him with a superplex, and then absolutely destroyed him with the second one. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, The Rock! The Great One has done it. The Great One has avenged his loss from last year. Well done, Rocky. Ziggler got to rue the day he accepted the challenge.